Welcome to In Pursuit 360. Today we are going to be talking about that end of interview question, not the end, but pretty close to the end, that sounds something like this. Of all of the candidates that are applying for this position, what makes you think we should choose you over them? Let's get into it. Welcome back to In Pursuit 360. And today we're getting into that one question where you really have to be careful about managing your humility and your arrogance, and figuring out how to answer this question so that you're selling yourself, but you're not putting other people down, right? So the question usually sounds something like this. Of all the other highly qualified candidates that we have interviewing for this position that you've applied for, what makes you think that you are the better candidate for this job? Or why should we select you over them? Well, because I'm better, right? No. Okay, so you have to sell yourself. There is a certain amount of humility that comes into play here. So humility and arrogance, right? You've got to stay in between. You've got to be able to maintain that. You don't want to be so humble that you don't sell yourself, but you don't want to be so arrogant that you sound like a complete, butthead. I don't know, take your pick. Arrogant, Napoleonic, whatever, right? Anyway, don't do that, right? So you got to find somewhere in the middle. And you can't bash or badmouth people that you don't know. You don't want to bash or badmouth anybody anyway. You don't want to make your future off the back of somebody else, right? So what makes you the better candidate? So an answer might sound something like this. Well, I don't know who the other candidates are, and I'm sure that they have qualifications that would make them good for the position. However, I know that in my history, the reason that I would be a better candidate is because, and you sell it from there. So give them credit. Hey, I'm sure there are other well-qualified candidates out there. But the reason you should pick me specifically is because so then take your pick. I'm a good communicator. I'm good with the public. I understand the idea that everybody has a different personality, so you may have to approach them differently. I understand that in today's world of policing, that there are some social issues going on. I'm very aware of those, and I will do my best to make sure that I keep those in the back of my mind while I'm dealing with the public, no matter what group or not diverse group, that's the word I'm looking for. No matter where I am or who I'm dealing with, it doesn't matter. I'll treat everybody fairly and the same. So be aware of those kind of things. So that's not sounding arrogant, right? That's not like, well, they're good too, but I'm the best because I'm the best communicator and I'm the best this and I'm the best that. Are you really the best? I doubt it. There's always somebody better. There's always somebody out there that can do more push-ups. There's always somebody out there that can talk to people better than you. There are always people out there that understand the ideas of the needs and wants of different parts of society or neighborhoods or cultures or whatever. You are not the best. You may strive to be the best. And maybe you do have one thing that you're the best at, but I kind of seriously doubt it because people are constantly moving up throughout the world. So how do you know you are the best? So don't be arrogant. You can be confident, but don't be arrogant. And don't be too humble. Well, there are a lot of other well-qualified candidates, and I think that I would do really good at the job. Thank you. I mean, really? Are you? Don't forget you're applying for a job. If you're going for law enforcement, you're applying for a job where you have to go stick your nose into other people's lives, and they get pissy. Take a look at what's going on right now out in the world, and how people are so down on, not people, there are a small percentage of people that are down on the cops. Why? Why do you think? Why would somebody not like the police? Did they get a ticket? Did they get arrested? Did a family member get arrested? Did a best friend get arrested? Did somebody that they knew, or did they break the law at some point in time where they had to deal with law enforcement, and law enforcement had to go, sorry, off you go, right? You're going to get a ticket. You're going to jail. You're doing that. You're right. Yeah, the cops are terrible, right? So, sorry, little tangent there, right? So, but these are the things that you're going to end up having to deal with. So, how do you sell yourself in being able to deal with that, right? It's such a small percentage. It really is. People blow it up and make it look like it's a lot worse than it is, but it's not. How do you sell yourself as wanting to be a partner with the community in making a positive difference and impact, and want to do that more than some other candidates that are out there? Give them their credit, and then sell yourself, right? Sell yourself and what your beliefs are and what your ideas are, what you've done in the past. I was lucky enough, I was part of a law enforcement explorers group when I was in high school. So I started learning about law enforcement and stuff like that very long time ago. But back in my teenage years, my grandfather was a highway patrolman in Iowa and a Air Force security police commander. So I got some military policing and some state police stuff in there from him. It's kind of how I was brought up. And then my father was a grew up on a farm in the South, in North Carolina to be precise, and he's very, very, very family protective. And so in being brought up in that environment of protecting the family comes first, protect, protect, protect. And with the other law enforcement influences I had throughout my life, then it came into protect the community, right? Darn right, I'll protect my family, but I will definitely, I wanted to protect my community. I wanted to make a difference. So, those are the things that I would sell during my interview. What are yours? You have to think about, and you need to think about this ahead of time. Make a list. Get a notebook thing or whatever and handwrite. Everybody wants to do crap on their phones or computers anymore, right? But sit down with a piece of paper and say, okay, what are my pluses? What are my minuses? Why would I be a better candidate than somebody else? And then think about your history. What have you dealt with? Skirmishes in high school. Were you ever placed in a leadership position? Were you the captain of a sports team? Were you, captain of a chess club? Take your pick. Any kind of leadership position, right? Where you had to organize or get things ready or resolve some kind of conflicts. I'm sure people out there going, chess club, yeah, right, whatever. In chess club, you got a certain group. Two people want to, play each other, but you already know that one of them's way better than the other one, and you need to split them up because you always get better playing people that are better than you. But it's too mismatched, so you want to kind of even it out so that this person doesn't get discouraged, right? Because they get absolutely clobbered. This one that wants to win so bad may get upset because, hey man, what are you doing? He wants to play me, and anyway. Can you resolve that conflict? Have you resolved that conflict in the past? These are things that you can show that would put you maybe above another candidate, but you need to sit down and make out this list. What are your good things? What are your selling points? What are things that you can bring up that would make you a better candidate than somebody else? Well, here you go. Here's a trick. You're brand new. You've never been in law enforcement before. What's going to make you a better candidate than an officer that's trying to transfer from another department? There are things that you can talk about. Some of the things that I've already brought up. Just because you're brand new doesn't mean that somebody else that's already certified from another agency is automatically going to beat you out. What if they come in there and say, well, I think I'm a better choice because I'm already certified, right? And they leave it at that. Like, seriously? You arrogant ass. Yeah, I said it. I said the bad word. It's a 3-letter word, but that's okay. I think the 4-letter words are the bad ones, but the 3-letter ones are okay, right? Where do you get off saying just because you're certified that you're going to be better than somebody else? So if you want to be better than your other applicants, then you need to seriously consider this question. What makes you a better selection than some of the other qualified people that have applied for the same position? And that's a question, and it doesn't matter if you are applying to be a brand new officer, if you're applying to be K-9, SWAT, a sergeant, a first sergeant, a lieutenant, on up the chain, an investigator, a SWAT team. I think I already said that, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Project manager's position, civilian position. these theories and ideas work for all of these different things. They want to know that you're confident in what you're doing and you can sell yourself and communicate that. But they want to know that you're not arrogant. And they also want to know that you're not too humble and meek, right? You've got to find that middle road. Hopefully I've given you some ideas on how to find that middle road. Once again, I thank you for tuning in to In Pursuit 360. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below if you're new. Hopefully you'll keep coming back. Bell notification will tell you when the next video is coming out. And yeah, the thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up. Helps me with the algorithm. Things are going really good. Channel's growing. I like it. I really appreciate each and every one of you. What I really appreciate is your interest in getting into law enforcement. We need you out there. We need people out there that are dedicated to making a change, to making a difference, and serving our community. So for that, I thank you. So in the meanwhile, be safe out there.